So I'm here with my friends Carolyn Johnson and JoAnn Wilgus, and we're going to do you some songs on Bonnette Son today. These have been my friends for, I guess, 10 years or so.
Long time.
It's been long. It seems like I just started playing and coming over to your house, but it has been a long time. Well, 10 years is a long time.
Yep.
I think we're going to start with I'll Be All Right, and this is an original by Carolyn. This is her number one hit. That'd be my... Do you think it's your number one hit?
It might be.
It might be. Okay.
I'll be alright when I cross the river of Jordan. I'll be alright when I touch his nail-scarred hand. I'll be alright when I hear the angels singing. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Well, I've heard tell of a lovely garden and of the streets paved with purest gold. And when I touch the hem of his garment, I'll never grow old. I'll never grow old. I'll be alright when I cross the river of Jordan. I'll be alright when I touch his nail-scarred hand. I'll be alright when I hear the angels singing. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Don't cry for me when I'm finally leaving. Now don't be sad when you hear that I'm gone. For then you'll know I'm at the right hand of my Savior. Then you'll know I finally made it home. I'll be alright when I cross the river of Jordan. I'll be alright when I touch his nail-scarred hand. I'll be alright when I hear the angels singing. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Gonna be alright. I'll be alright.
Good. I like that one. I always say that other one's my favorite, but that one probably really is. Now, Carolyn's written a bunch of good songs, and we're going to do a few of them here today. Carolyn's been writing and playing music forever.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Probably 40 years. Yeah.
Did you start playing with Wilmer? Or
No, I was playing with, I had a friend that was a banjo player. I started singing harmony with him back before I met Wilbur. We met through him. I hadn't been playing bass, maybe 20 years?
Yeah, it's been about 20.
Because
so
I
about
just
10
sang
years
harmony.
before
I didn't.
met you. Yeah. So then you met Wilbur, and did he have a band by then?
He basically just played guitar. He was singing with a woman from here in Longview, and they were singing at some of the clubs every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
He played guitar and sang country.
What year was this?
This was, I don't even know. Don't have any idea what year it was.
You don't even have a close...
Even the first clue, I don't know what year it was.
Well, you don't want to date yourself anyway.
Really.
And so how did you come across JoAnn then?
Bluegrass, they meet like someplace on like the first Saturday night, second Saturday night, third
Right.
Saturday night. And we were at one of the jams. They usually have a stage show, but people usually stay out and pick, with their own groups. And she was sitting on a stump out in front of this. We were at like an old Carpenters Union Hall is where they were having that, because they had a stage up there. And she's sitting on a stump out in front of that playing a little Martin guitar. Wasn't it that little...
Yeah, a little double
alt Martin guitar, and she was sitting in a bed of ants, wasn't you?
All by herself?
Wilmer said it was. I didn't know it was. I
was.
was getting to pick. I didn't.
Of course, her playing the guitar, Wilbur immediately went straight up to her,
and
and
adopted her.
she come home with us that night, and we was gonna jam because you do that a lot. And she just basically stayed almost. We've had her ever since.
Ain't that something?
We finally had to give her to Cliff. She got married and left us, but she's always hung around, stayed with us, and jammed and picked. And
ain't that sweet? Well, it's lucky for you. Lucky for both of you then.
yeah, she's been my right hand.
What year was that? I bet you'd have an idea of what year it was.
Oh, no. I've been here 25 years.
So
so you've been with
at least 25
in the
years.
group for 25 years.
Yeah.
So 25. Well, that's not that long ago. 95.
We kindly had we had the oldest bluegrass group still together
Right.
when our banjo player died,
Mitch.
Mitch.
Right.
We had the oldest still playing bluegrass group, which was Caddo Creek.
Caddo Creek Bluegrass.
Bluegrass. We've played around here for about 35 years.
Yeah, I heard somebody was telling me the other day about Iron Bluff. Did y'all play at the Iron Bluff in Lone Star? Somebody brought that up to me. I don't know if
I don't know. We used to play at Lone Star. It was the old Carpenter Union Hall there, and they had a show there for years, and we were sort of the house band there for a while.
I bought a banjo in 2012 and had been sitting home playing it. And Keith, my uncle Keith Morgan, who's been on the show, he told me that I should come over there, and I came over, and because Mitch had just gotten to the point where he wasn't playing as much, at least for the Saturday morning jam, so there was just a spot for me to play all of a sudden. So and I was just getting to the point where I was maybe good enough to play in the group.
Did you take a few lessons?
And I took a few lessons from him. I wish I had gotten just started off taking lessons, because I think a couple years before he would have been able to play more and show me what to do, instead of mostly what it was him telling me the ways I was screwing it up, which he's good at that. He could tell me exactly all the ways I wasn't doing it right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important too, and somebody willing to tell you.
Yeah.
So then I've been hanging around since I think it's 2012. I think I first came over there in 2012. So it's about 10 years. So what's the next one we're going to do?
Will I make a mark and he was still an A?
Staying in A. Let's stay in A as long as we can.
We probably will if I don't do it.
I walked through a little country graveyard, and I saw all the names past and gone. I wonder if they made a mark in the sand as they came to that garden alone. Will I make a mark? Did I make a stand? Will there be someone there who will hold out their hand? Did I lead any lost sheep back to the fold? Will I even make a mark as I am growing old? How much time did I waste as I walked through this life? Did I comfort a friend? Did I make a good wife? Did I bring any joy? Will they even shed a tear as they come to the end of my life? Will I make a mark? Did I make a stand? Will there be someone there who will hold out their hand? Did I lead any lost sheep back to the fold? Will I even make a mark as I am growing old? Will I
Now, that's an original too?
Yes.
Well, I guess they're all originals, just whether it's original to you or not.
That one I wrote when my daddy passed away, and it seemed like he was gone, and I was sitting there looking at his boots by the chair. I wondered if he had made any kind of mark on anybody's life at that time. If I did, if I would, and that's sort of where that song came from.
I think everybody wonders that at a certain point.
Yeah.
Especially like after 100 years, is anybody going to remember
that I was even here?
That you were here, or
Yeah.
if I was here, or
Yeah.
I mean, does it really matter? I mean, it kind of, if you don't believe in God, it makes you wonder, like, if any of it means anything.
Yeah, really.
It's really a weird thing. So when did you start writing songs? Did you write songs when you were like a girl, a little girl?
No, I've always, my favorite.
You're still a girl, I think.
Oh, really? That's putting it lightly. I always liked poems, poetry, rhyming things.
Yeah.
So, but I never really wrote any songs until it basically started at bluegrass. I really never even wrote many country ballads or anything like that. They've been mostly gospel, and since I was in the bluegrass.
You've only been writing songs since the 90s, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, you're pretty good at it. Of course, the 90s seems like, to me, it's not very long ago, but it really isn't long ago.
Yeah, if you was in my shoes, it seemed like it wasn't very long ago either.
Well, the people born in the 90s are 30 years old now.
Yeah, really. It's so odd how you can say things that if it's according to the age group you're in, that people, they don't have a clue. Some of the stuff that I throw out, they really don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, cultural references.
Like you'll say, it's me again, Margaret, and they have not got a clue.
Yeah, and
even just that brings up the deal about Merle Haggard. If you were raised on the moon, you might not know who Merle Haggard was.
Right.
But if you ever have listened to any kind of music, basically you would almost have to know who that was. And I bought a box set of Merle Haggard, and there was 100 songs in this little box set. There's 4 cassettes. I went to the music store to pick it up, and this little girl, she was 19 or 20. But anyway, she had to walk to the back to get it and bring me up to the front. So we were walking back, and she was looking at the CD, and she said, Muriel Haggard. I don't think I know who that is. I thought, whoa, she has got to have been born on the moon.
And how old was she?
She was probably 19 years old. She's working.
Yeah, so, she was grown.
Yeah, she was grown.
Never heard of Merle Haggard.
Muriel Haggard.
That's really sad, though. I mean, that's such good music, like American music.
And the whole deal is she's working in a music store.
Exactly. Well, I bet she knows who Puff Daddy is, though.
Probably so.
So, JoAnn, did you ever write a song?
No.
I've written a few, but I'm not going to play any today. They're not as good as Carolyn's. So.
Yeah, they made me quit too.
So, you were playing that little Martin guitar sitting on that ant bed when they found you. So how'd you get started playing music?
I used to skip school and get my brother's guitar, and whatever he played the night before, I'd reproduce that day.
Really?
Because I didn't have one, so I had to sneak to learn.
So your brother was a musician?
Mm-hmm.
So did he play country type music? Or?
Yeah, country.
And that's how you learned, so you learned all by ear, all on your own, no lessons, no nothing.
Which was probably a mistake.
I think that too, because I learned everything I know is just from that. I wonder how good we could be if we started off taking lessons with some instruction.
Yeah.
And young.
Yeah, because
Really
then you're
young.
kind of building off what somebody else knows how to do instead of just starting from scratch.
And you see the little kids anymore.
I know.
You can see a little 4-year-old sitting in a chair playing a banjo. How can that happen?
That's what I'm trying to get with Lily. I think she's going to really learn fast. Because just
she is picking.
everything I know how to do, she already knows how to do it. I mean, there's a few little things like hammering on and stuff that she hadn't figured out. But like as far as chording, she already knows all the little open chords. And as far as singing along with it, she already knows how to do all of it.
She's got part of the battle
Yeah.
already behind her.
And she never messes up on the, if it's a waltz, she's chopping on the.
Yeah, she does.
She does. She never misses. She never
got
messes
that
it
rhythm.
up.
She
just
really does.
Naturally, it's pretty neat watching that.
I was afraid when I started playing the bass because I was already kind of into the harmony, and I was really, really afraid that I couldn't play and sing at the same time. Since I started out that way, I guess that's why, I guess that's, it
maybe
worked.
so. But I've seen people that play really good and sing really good when they're playing the guitar, but then they pick up a bass to try to sing along with it, and it ain't as good. Like they got their rhythm is bad and the singing stuff, both things.
I've heard that.
JoAnn, do you only play guitar?
I play a little mandolin and a little bass.
Well, it'd be weird to play a big
She can
mandolin.
tear the bass up.
It'd be weird if you played a big mandolin.
Yeah. They call that a mandola, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Or octave mandolin. But you play bass too? You said you're gonna get
She can tear a bass up.
that's
She
upright
really can.
bass.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Hadn't played it in a long
The bass
time.
fiddle.
Yeah, the bass fiddle or the bull bass.
Bull bass. I bet you can. I bet it's easy for you to hide over behind a
Yeah,
bull
that's
bass.
why I like it. Probably.
She's got a big bull bass. There was two of them that we were looking at when he was going to buy me a bass, and he always said, "Get the best you can get. If you're going to do it as good as you can do it."
Me and him are a lot alike.
There was an Englehart bass they had taken over Kay. It was so pretty, so shiny, and it had a kind of tiger-like back. The wood,
strapped.
Beautiful.
Strapped maple.
And then there was this one that looked like it had been through, I couldn't tell you what it looked like, drug through them
It was a little bit ugly.
backwards. And I picked the Englehart, of course.
Yeah.
And JoAnn was standing behind me, and what she wanted real bad was
I
the
was
older one. She was hoping that
She was hoping you'd get the pretty one?
because she wanted that other one. And so she got that one, and I took the pretty one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we always said if I bought a car, it didn't matter if it run, as long as it was pretty and it had a radio.
Yeah, there you go.
It didn't matter if it even had an engine in it. I'd pick the pretty one,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I picked the pretty. It was good. It was a good bass,
Yeah,
though.
it was.
Really good sounding bass.
But the other one was a K, huh?
Yeah, 1937. Supposed to be.
Yeah.
I've got no way of knowing.
So this one is also yours? Mm-hmm. This is the one that is my favorite, I think.
When I woke up this morning, sun was shining bright. I could hear the songs of the morning bird as he made his way in flight. I could smell the fragrance of the flowers, wind blew through the air. And I asked my Lord to guide my way with his tender, loving care. Lord, let me be a beacon that shines its light so bright. Lord, let me be the lighthouse that guides the ships at night. Lord, let me be a soldier, carry my banner high. Lord, let me follow Jesus and go to heaven when I die. Lord, let me be the shining star, wise men follow then. Lord, let me be the manger that laid my Savior in. Lord, let me be a wise man with great gifts to bring. Lord, let me be an angel with bright and shining wings. Lord, let me be be a beacon, shines its light so bright. Lord, let me be the lighthouse that guides the ship at night. Lord, let me be a soldier, carry my banner high. Lord, let me follow Jesus and go to heaven when I die. Lord, let me follow Jesus and go to heaven when I die.
We did good on that one. That's a keeper.
I wrote that song. I remember distinctly. I was in the doctor's office. I remembered when I walked out the front door how beautiful the day was. You know, it was just so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to the doctor's office, I took out a napkin out of my purse, and I wrote that song while I was sitting there waiting to go in the doctor's office.
So it's a pretty day. That song sounds like a pretty day, though. It kind of has a happy and bright and bouncy, and it sounds like a sunny day.
The birds were singing,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's why I like it, because I'm a happy person. So Caddo Creek Bluegrass, you said y'all had the longest running band.
We did. I remember when this friend of ours, I was talking about the banjo player that we knew from Fort Smith.
Mm-hmm.
He told Wilbur that he knew a guy. It was of acquaintance. He said he plays a good banjo, but he hadn't played it in probably 10 years. And it was such a shame because he was as good as they come. We went to Fort Smith to Jerry's house and met Mitch. Wilbur really just kind of fell in love with the bluegrass.
Yeah.
He told Mitch was living with his dad, and they were in, real poor conditions. He said the banjo had been under his bed.
Really?
For 10 years. He hadn't
Right.
played the banjo. Wilbur told him that if he would teach him how to play bluegrass guitar
Right.
and fit in a jam some way.
Mm-hmm.
And because bluegrass rhythm guitar is a lot different
It's totally
than
different.
country, and
I
you
can tell
don't
you,
really realize it unless you play country and try to play bluegrass.
along. Yeah, I played regular guitar for 20 years, since I was a teenager. But just, I realized real quick, like if anybody asked me when we were playing, I would have said I couldn't play the guitar because it's a whole different instrument in a bluegrass setting.
It really is.
Than it is
it's not,
anywhere else.
You don't know that you play it. You play chords just
but
like everything else, but it's totally a different.
It is.
It's a different
and you wouldn't
ball
know
game.
it unless
It
you
really is.
Unless,
And he told him if he would teach him how to play bluegrass rhythm, that he could live with him. And he said, "You can eat when I eat," And he said, "You can live in my house, and I will take care of you if you will teach me that." And he did. And Mitch lived with us for 30 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, he moved out one time for a short length of time, but he came back, and he passed away in my house. So he was there like 25 years.
Well, that's as family as it gets.
And he was probably at one time he was the best
That's what
banjo player in this part of the country.
He was not when I knew him. I
No,
only knew him
because
for
he was already
4, 5,
fading at
10
that time.
Right.
Yeah.
He was already. But you could tell he knew.
His dexterity wasn't
Right.
there
His
anymore.
fingers didn't know anymore. He still knew, but his fingers.
But he was the best in this part of the country.
We got some of the stuff recorded. We don't have. It's a shame we don't have any video from when y'all were really doing it as a band. You do have CDs though.
Yes.
And there's a YouTube channel with a lot of it on with some of the more recent stuff on there
Yeah.
too. It's called Caddo Creek Bluegrass, and I think Wilbur was the one putting all that on there for a while. So there's some jam stuff on there, and if you want to know what it's like to sit around Carolyn's table, which JoAnn said she was going to write a song about Carolyn's
I said
table.
if I could write a song, that's what it'd be about.
It'd be a good song though.
Me and Wilma tried for years.
That's a good one. But
A lot
that's
of stories around that table.
yeah, there is. I enjoyed
I
it.
guess that I don't know very many people in this part of the country that hadn't been at my table at one time or other. You know,
That's a neat thing. You know, that whole thing is lost in this the way the world is now. The people don't go to each other's houses and play music at all, as far as I know.
Mitch told us some funny story. He said one time they was over at these people's house and said it was getting late. They'd been picking a long time, and said, bluegrass people don't know when to quit, you know. And he said that the man said, honey, we better go to bed so these nice people can go home.
Yeah. They don't know when to quit.
You want to go to G?
Yep. I thought you'd never ask.
I did this song just for you, okay? Listening to the rain.
Oh, good. You're making me pick. I didn't know I was going to have to work. Now, this is a banjo picker song here. I'm going to pick some right.
I'm looking out the window at the rain. The night is driving me crazy. It's just cold inside. All the warmth is gone without my baby. In my mind something stirs and my lips keep calling out your name. Sitting here wondering where you are and listening to the rain. The beating on the window can't compare with this beating that I'm taking. Window's gonna hold, but look at me, I'm already breaking. Memories tugging at my heart, and it's gonna break beneath the strain. Sitting here wondering where you are and listening to the rain. My mind has got you pictured in the arms and in the heart of some new love. I've tried to block it out, but all my mind can see is her and you, love. Knowing that it might be true, that's the thing that's causing all the pain. Sitting here wondering where you are and listening to the rain. While I'm sitting here wondering where you are listening to the rain.
Now, JoAnn, your husband plays music.
Yeah, he's rocking right about now.
He's rocking.
He's rocking.
What kind of stuff does he play? Does he play like classic rock
Yeah.
kind of stuff and
newer stuff. And
Newer
praise
stuff.
music. Yeah,
like top 40 stuff?
yeah, sometimes.
Like the Cleverleys, sort of? You heard that?
No, I don't know who the Clever
You don't know who that is? They're a bluegrass band that plays like Beyonce songs and all
Oh,
that.
I'd love to do that. Yeah,
They're fun.
Iron Horse and all those.
Yeah, Iron Horse is good.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. They
Yep.
do all the Metallica and stuff.
I'd love to play something like that.
Well, you got Cliff. Get
I
in
know.
there with him.
But we're always going in different directions.
Now, what's that? Do you play any songs that are kind of in that genre?
No, I don't think I
Even
could.
when you're sitting at home by yourself, you don't play in House of the Rising Sun, or
Oh, Hotel California and stuff like that. I play along with
you
that.
do? You play along with it, or you play it and sing it?
No, I play along with it.
Okay. I sure am grateful to Wilbur and to Mitch too because I never would have known what it was like really to play this kind of music. It's there's something about it that's so homey and conversation. You know, it's like the music itself is like a conversation, and you can talk through it like it, and how comfortable he was playing it. Wilbur was playing it and just being in it, even if he wasn't playing, he was in it and enjoying it.
You didn't get to play while Wilbur could still play
I didn't, no.
the rhythm guitar.
Right. I
He
never did.
he had so many different things wrong with him. He had so many maladies. His wrist, he couldn't move this wrist, so he
Right.
couldn't do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But he always made a way, no matter what. He played golf, and he had to learn to play cross-handed golf.
Yeah.
And still was a scratch golfer.
Keith said he's a scratch golfer.
And
Yeah.
I always said it'd be somebody asked me, well, don't you get mad when he plays golf all the time? Well, no, because if I had worked that hard to
Right.
do that, how can I be one to take that away from
Right.
somebody?
For sure.
But anyway, he always, where there was a will, there was a way.
Yeah, he
And
loved it more than anybody I think
To
I've
see
ever been
him
around.
play rhythm guitar would blow your mind
Really?
because it wasn't like anything you ever saw, but it fit.
Right.
When he's playing, he
He's
fit
good at
in.
I thought that about his dobro playing. He was not
Not
a fantastic dobro player,
And
but
he
he was a
wasn't
good
he wasn't-
rhythm dobro player.
He wasn't. He didn't do the general things dobro players do.
Nope.
But he made his own way.
He did,
Is how
and,
he did.
and he fit good in the jam. And fun. I mean, he made it. He had a way of making it fun.
Yep,
and
he did.
of saying one thing nice to you, and then saying 10 things funny about you, and you still enjoyed it. Like you liked all of it. It was a funny thing.
Yeah.
I heard that when you'd mess up.
I heard that. Or if you did something really phenomenal.
Yeah, he'd say tricky or
if you
something.
did a real good something, I heard that. He did.
He made it fun.
And he pulled everybody in to whatever you were.
Yeah, he did.
He made everybody feel like they were part of it, no matter how good they were or how bad they were.
And I bet it was more that way when he was feeling better. Because by the time I knew him, he wasn't feeling that good.
Yeah, he was sick a lot.
I bet when he was feeling good, it was something to see. So
Okay.
you hadn't been playing your banjo, JoAnn?
I need some lessons
That's not
before I
what.
learn the wrong way because I've already learned my way
Yeah.
very slowly.
So you're rolling.
Yeah, I'm still working. I better, but anchoring this pinky. I'm trying to hold it down, keep it anchored.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is just rolling.
I think it'd be the easiest one for me if I could get that right hand down.
It is easy. All you do is chord and roll, and it's good enough. If you don't learn nothing else.
Well, I'm not as shy about singing with the banjo.
No,
as
that
I am
was
the
that was
guitar.
hard for me to learn, is singing and playing with this, because this is like in your ear when you first start doing it. It's like magic. It's like I'm doing it. Some glad morning when this life is over. It's so much fun when you first start, but it's like learning to walk all over again.
Oh, yeah.
And I was finger picking guitar before I learned.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I finger picked the guitar forever, so it's something.
Steel rails, chase the sunshine around the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track. I'm looking up ahead to keep my mind from turning back. It's not the first time I found myself alone at dawn. If I really had you once, then I'd have you when you're gone. Whistle blowing, blowing lonesome on my mind, calling me alone, a never-ending metal line. Steel rails, chase the sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track. I'm looking up ahead to keep my mind from turning back. Sun is shining through an open boxcar door, blowing in my mind with the things I've known before. I've lost count of the hours, days, and time. The rhythm of the rail keeps the motion off my mind. Steel rails, chase the sunshine round the bend, winding through the trees like a ribbon in the wind. I don't mind not knowing what lies down the track. I'm looking up ahead to keep my mind from turning back. I'm looking up ahead, keep my mind from turning back.
You like them songs that go to that 2 minor? Is that the 2 minor?
The more chords it's got in it, the better she likes it.
That's what you always say about me.
Well, I get lost on 2-chord songs. I really do get lost.
You forget what.
I'm trying to. My hand has to stay busy, I guess, is what it is.
She does do a lot of instrumentals. She's always trying to drag me into playing something.
Like I said, if it's got more chords in it, the better she likes it.
Exactly, like Blackberry Blossom.
Yeah.
Ugh, nothing's hairy-legged.
To be well known of me, I may not ever be. I'm sure my name will not go down in history. There'll be no marble plaque to tell of my good deeds, nor any great parade to honor me.
kept until the judgment day. My name will not be lost, misplaced or overlooked, for it's kept safely in God's record book. There is a record book my name is written in. It was recorded there when I was born again. No one can blot it out. It's there forevermore. It's in that book of life kept by the Lord. It's in that book of life kept by the Lord.
Ooh, we did that good.
That's pretty harmony in that song.
Mm-hmm. Are you giving you and me a compliment, or the?
Yeah.
I like it. What about the roses in the snow? Did you say we were going to do that?
We can.
Where do you do
It's
that?
in
See?
B flat. And I lose. I met my darling in the springtime when all the flowers were in bloom, and like the flowers our love blossomed, we married in the month of June. Our love was like a burning ember. It warmed us as always blow. We had sunshine in December, and we grew roses in the snow. Now God has taken away my darling and left me with memory, a memory I will always cherish, like these last words he said to me. Our love was like a burning ember. It warmed us as the winds blow. We had sunshine in December, and we grew roses in the snow. My darling's buried on the hillside where all the lost spring flowers grow. And when the winter snow starts falling, upon his grave a place to roll. Our love was like a burning ember. It warmed us as the winds blow. We had sunshine in December, and we grew roses in the snow. And we grew roses in the snow.
That was better. That's a keeper. Put a check by that one. I do Colleen Malone.
And we're gonna be in what chord?
I'm usually in A, I think. I'm not in G.
It's been 10 years and 3 since I first went to sea, since I sailed from old Ireland and home. And And those fields, lush and green, were a part of my dream when I dreamed of my Colleen Malone. On the day I returned, to my sorrow I learned that the angels had called her away to a grave on the hill overlooking the mill, and that's the place she's sleeping today. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with its moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. She was faithful each day as I sailed far away. There was no one but me that she loved. And I remember her eyes soft and blue as the skies, and her heart was as pure as a dove. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with its moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. For the rest of my life, I'll not take a wife. I will live in this valley below, planting flowers around in the soft, gentle ground that's holding my Colleen Malone. As the soft breezes blow through the meadow, I go past the mill with its moss-covered stone. Up the pathway I climb through the woods and the vines to be with my Colleen Malone. Just to be with my Colleen Malone.
Mm-hmm. That's it. I stole that from Wilbur. He was doing that.
That was his. He loved that song.
He loved that song.
I love the road and all that stuff that don't nobody do that he's gone. You're going to have to do it.
On the road. He
Yeah.
did it real low and gravelly.
The reason I started writing actually is my mother. If anybody that knew my mother knew what a precious person she was. And she was, she didn't like change. She was didn't like change at all. And she was sort of afraid because she was the last one left in her generation on both sides, her daddy's family and her family. She was the very last one left out of all of them on either side. So she felt like her time was, near, and she had a fear of it. And a lot of the songs, such as "I'll Be All Right," I had her in mind.
Really?
When I was.
So you were kind
to
of
try to ease her mind about it, sort of.
I can see that. Isn't that sweet? Your mama was sweet. I met her a few times.
And you want to do the one that I wrote for her,
Yeah, let's do
actually?
that. Where do we
and
do
it's
that
in
at?
A. Won't you please send an angel to teach my mama how to fly? Mama's always been my cornerstone. She was the one to teach me right from wrong. Heaven is so far away, so Lord, if you don't mind, won't you please send an angel
to teach my mama how to fly. Won't you please send an angel to teach my mama how to fly? She gave so much of her time to others in this life, washing dishes, mending clothes, putting supper on the stove, calming little people's fears, and brushing away their tears when her life on earth is over and she hears your call on high. Won't you please send an angel to teach my mama how to fly? Safe harbor from the storms of life she gave. There was love and laughter in the home she made. They don't make them like her anymore. You can search, but you won't find. Won't you please send an angel to teach my mama how to fly? Won't you please send an angel to teach my mama how to fly? She gave so much of her time to others in this life, washing dishes, mending clothes, putting supper on the stove, calming little people's fears, and brushing away their tears when her life on earth is over and she hears your call on high. Won't you please send an angel to teach my mama how to fly? Won't you please send an angel to teach my mama how to fly?
I didn't know if he's gonna get them words there on that second verse.
I know it.
So did you write that after your mom had passed? Or?
No, I didn't. She got to hear it.
So did she like the song?
Yeah, she did. But Mother liked what I did most of the time.
Oh. Or she never did say anything different.
You can almost tell she did, because when she used to video
Oh yeah.
everything we did, she videoed, and most of the time, it was on me. You know, she had the camera a lot.
It was just a headshot of Carolyn.
Really?
She played with some of her heroes.
Right.
She got to jam, and Helen would cut them off when they could start to sing.
She'd turn it off?
She'd turn it off. It wasn't Carolyn singing. She didn't want to hear that. Didn't care how famous they were. All you can see is Carolyn and them rings, them gold rings shining in that big vase.
But we were saying, boy, that's my favorite song. Come on over here and sing that song for us. And of course he did. And we were playing it back when we were on the way home in the truck, you know. And there he is, Donnie Cochran. That's who I was trying to think of, Donnie Cochran. When he got to that part, when he said, Carmen, come up here and play, do Carmen, it went blank. Wilbur said, what happened? What happened? Mother said, I don't like his singing. He sings too high. So she didn't get his favorite song because she didn't like what he sang.
That's funny. They don't make people ain't like that anymore.
Nope.
People are all homogenous. They're all the same. They're all nice to your face, and then they think what they think behind closed doors. People didn't used to be like that.
They
Your
didn't,
mama reminds
or we
me
just
of,
didn't know that they were.
of my mom's mom. She had the same thing where she was kind of a little scared about passing and about.
Yeah.
But she was also would tell you exactly what she thought if she didn't like it, if she did like it, and she liked stuff her people did. And
Well, Mother was the first one I took my songs to. You know,
really?
I want you to hear this now, you know, and
Well, it's good to get approval right off the bat.
I really miss that too.
Yeah. So have y'all been to my website, BonnetteSon.com? You've been there, or you just been to the YouTube page?
I might have just been to the YouTube page because I didn't know about the other one.
When
I
you
guess.
were at the YouTube page, did you subscribe to it?
I don't know how to do that.
You are one of my people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like us. Because that's the way my dad is. Talking to Holly the other day, he's like, she said, well, you'll have to sign into your email and then take your email and then do this and it'll automatically sign you into YouTube. And he said, I don't know what any of these words mean that you're saying.
That's right.
You're just saying words.
That's right. And everything I try to do, they want a password.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You know,
I got in here somehow. You let me in here.
I tried my best.
Oh yeah. So you're probably subscribed, and you don't know if you hit so if you subscribe, then you're like part of our subscriber group. So then like it lists my videos will come up, or the Bonnette Son videos will come up in your list. But if you hit the notification bell on there, then it'll like ding your phone and say, hey, there's a new Bonnette Son video. So you have to subscribe and hit the little bell.
The little bell.
And you can, if you click like, that's good for us, because then YouTube says, hey, there's people liking.
They're liking
Or if
that.
you comment, like even leaving comments, they're
Yeah.
like, there's activity over here. But we also got merch on there, and
What is merch?
it's like junk you can buy
Okay.
that says
Oh, merchandise. Okay.
we're a commercial enterprise here. Oh, to see more of Carolyn and JoAnn, which I know y'all are all itching to do, go to their YouTube channel, which is Caddo Creek Bluegrass, and there's some videos up there of more of their playing and singing, and also some of the people we were talking about. I think Wilbur's on there quite a bit, and some of Mitch. I appreciate y'all coming over and doing this. It's been a lot of fun. I know we play together a lot, so
This has been very, very fun.
it'll be very
interesting.
fun
Right,
to see
right.
us on TV.
And see how this is done. It's interesting. We made a video one time, I think it was in Fort Smith. And they had the microphone hanging from the ceiling, and we was doing, we was being so picky. And through the whole thing, you could hear, and it was the bass.
It was you.
I couldn't figure out what it was. But it was through on the whole thing.
When did you find out it was you?
We couldn't figure anything else out.
Process
be
of
me.
elimination. Well, it sure was fun. I hate that it's over, but now we got to go play.
Yeah,
play a
we gotta
gig.
go for fun.
Yeah.